Hello, my name is Murzaima. Today we will talk about Atlas Honda and we will study its financial statements for 5 years from 2018 to 2018 to 2023 22. Atlas Honda is a public limited company which is listed in Pakistan Stock Exchange. It was established in 16 October 1962. It is a joint venture between Atlas Honda Motors Japan it and Atlas Group in Pakistan. It is the largest and the most reputable motorcycle brand in the world, and it's one of the major production of motorcycle and its spare part in Pakistan. Atlas Honda. Atlas Honda has treated its customers and they have also treated each other equally well, and they are loyal to their customers. Its main headquarters is in Lahore, and the company CEO and the main product that the company sells is motorcycle, and it has 71.8% motorcycle shares in the market in 2023. It is expected to share, and the value of market share is related to is section in excessive is 6.8% in expanded to standard at 60.8% in 2023. Company has two major plants. One is located in Shekhupura, and this plant is the country's largest in-house manufacturing factory for motorcycle and its related spare parts. It is modern rate of the state-of-the-art factory that involves manufacturing and all models of the company. It is spread across 27 acres. And the second plant, which is located in Karachi, this is the location, and this is the mother plant of the company. Atlas Honda Limited started its operation in 1963 and it spread over 5 acres, and it's used for manufacturing of CD70, one of the most sold motorcycle of its established brand. Now then we will talk about company's financial ratios. These are the ratios we have calculated. These are first we will talk about profitability ratios, return on ordinary share funds, and return on capital employed, operating profit margin, and gross profit margin. These are the these are the calculation ratios we have calculated over the 5 year periods. As you can see, we have taken values from its representative sheets. First ratio is return on market shareholder equity. The profit for this, the equation which is used is profit of the year divided profit of the year minus profit of the year divided by ordinary share plus reserves and retained earning multiplied by 100. This is the formula which is used, and which is the formula which is used to calculate this. As you can see, we have taken its value from here. And these are the charts which we have generated, which I have generated, that shows its overall period. These are the charts which are showing the company's financial health has declined over the year, and then it started recovering in 2021 and 22. The company started falling in 2020 and 19 after they suffered from coronavirus, and its overall sale haven't been impacted from that. As you can see, its sales and cost of sales, it has increased over the year. It wasn't impacted by that much in the period of corona, except in 2019. Oh, no, over a year they are remain increasing, and it hasn't impacted on its ratios. As you can see, company has suffered some decline in 2020 and 19. As you can see these ratios. First, this is return on capital. As you can see, there is a noticeable decrease in 2019 and 2020 and 2021. As you can see, in 2020, the return on shareholder capital was 28.37%, and in 2020 it was 25.19%, and 2021 it was 16.19%. It has increased after its decline in 2020, but still not compared to 2019. And 2022 it has recovered overall, and it's improving its growth, showing its growth. As you can see, then there is operating profit margin, and this is gross profit margin. The formula is operating profit margin is operating profit divided by sales revenue multiplied by 100 to show its percent, and gross profit divided by sales revenue multiplied by 100, this is shown in percent. We have used these formulas. The gross profit operating profit margin for the year, as you can see, it was in 2020 it was more than 2020 and 2021. As you can see, there are many factors that were into play when the companies was suffering decline. As you can see in these graphs, operating profit margin, there was a noticeable decline, and that is starting recovering. These are the percentage years and the percentages. As you can see, in return on capital employed and return gross profit margin. Then there are liquidity ratios. Then the first ratio that come in liquidity ratios is current. First ratio that come in liquidity ratios is current ratio. Current assets divided by current liabilities. The formula which is used to calculate current ratio. In this, we see the company's ability for its current assets against its current liabilities. If a company has the ability to pay its current liabilities over the year, as you can see, the company has retained its ability to pay its liability over there. It hasn't been declining by that much. And in 2021, they did receive government grant from Pakistani government, as you can see in its as you can see, these were the government grants that were given by government. It is in 30 will be it will be triple zero in thousand. And as you can see, in 2021 they did receive government grants. And then there are liquidity ratios. In liquidity ratios, then there is asset ratio. In asset ratio, we have current assets excluding inventories divided by current liabilities. In this, which checks the company's ability to pay its liability without its inventory. And then there is cash generated from operating. In this, we use cash generated from activities. Cash generated from activities divided by its current liability. We check its how much cash has the company generated against its liabilities. In this, you can see the percentage the company has generated, and there are its charts. This is current ratio chart. As you can see, it has declined because company has taken liability from government grant. And in this, you can see the company generated more profit. And then there is asset ratio. And then we have after liquidity ratios, then there are investment ratios. And investment ratios, first ratio is dividend payout ratio. And dividend payout ratio, we calculate dividend announced divided by earning for the earning announced for the year multiplied by 100. These are the dividend announced. In this we calculate dividend announced over the profit of the year in percentage. And then there is a dividend cover ratio. In this ratio, dividend announced for the year is divided by dividend announced earning for the year divided by dividend announced. And this we can calculate how much the company is giving to its shareholders from how much they have earned. And then there is dividend yield ratio. In this, dividend per share divided by market value per share multiplied by 100. The formula in this you can see the company has lose its payout ratio over the years after you can see the COVID disaster. As you can see, overall segment it has declined overall, and it's still recovering. Like you can see, except earning per share growth ratio, as you can see in 2020. Uh, it is an anomaly. In this is an anomaly because it has grown over the it has grown from 2019. And then and also we can say earning per because of that. And then there is formula of earning available for the ordinary share divided by number of ordinary share issued. And then there is market value per share divided by earning per share. And the last earning price earning growth ratio is price earning ratio divided by EPS growth rate. As you can see, it has company's financial head is not is overall getting better, but it's not as constant. It has taken 2 years to its overall increase. In investment ratios, dividend payout ratios, you can see there is a huge decline over the year. But a dividend payout ratio, it has increased to 121. And same can be said, it has increased where earning per share, as you can see in 2019 it's this much, 5.51, and in 2022 it's 48.46. And you can see it has been increasing, except it's decline in 2020. And there is price earning ratio and growth ratio, as you can see. First it was 15, then it went from 15, 16, then 14, then 5%. Or as also you can see in the dividend yield ratio, there's a noticeable decline in 2020 and 21. And you can see also the other ratios. Then there is after investment ratio there are gearing ratio. The first gearing ratio is gearing ratio. Long term liability is divided by total capital equity. As you can see, we have taken it from equity. This is equity of the year. And long term, as you can see, long term liabilities of the years, which has been sitting there. As you can see in 2019 it was 1.0 1.080, and in 2020 it was 0.873, and it has increased in 2021, and it's maintained decline in 2022. These are this is its chart. Gearing ratio. Then next one is interest cover ratio. Interest cover ratio, you can say in 2019 it was 0.299, and it has increased in 2020, and it went in line in 2021, and then it increased in 2022. It has affected overall company growth and others. As and this then there are efficiency ratios. Efficiency ratio shows the how much power or how much efficiently companies do it work, or how much resources they are taking against the amount of work they are doing. In this we take 2018 and 2019, then we plus after adding them we divide by 2, and then we divide it by cost of sales, multiply by 365 1 year, the amount of days in 1 year. And this is how we use in this formula. And this we will take average payable and receivables, and next one in average payable, we are using the same formula. We are adding them, and after that we are dividing it by cost of sales, sales revenue and cost of sales. And then there is sales revenue to per capita employed. It is sales revenue divided by share capital plus revenue plus retained earning plus non-current liabilities. It is a formula which is used to calculate this. And the last one is sales revenue per employed. In this we take the sales revenue divided by number of employees, and these are the ratios we have calculated from that. First was is average inventory turnover. As you can see, companies has lost overall lost its ability, losing its ability, because there are some sanctions, and Pakistan has increased its overall tax on import of goods, the goods they are taking from outside of the country. Most of most of the material which is coming from Atlas Honda is from Japan and other sectors. So that's why there is a overall decrease. And also you can look at is a receivable. It was in 2000 it was 2019 it was 8.76, and then it was 8.31, then 9.07, and then it is 7.27. Also you can say average settlement period for payables. As you can say, there are some ups and down over the year. We can purely say it will decrease and increase over the next year. As you can see, there is a pattern for 1 year it's up, second year it's down, 1 year it's up. And then there are sales revenue for capital employed. As you can see, in 2019 it was going well. After that it has noticed a decline in 2 years, 2020 and 21, and in 2022 it has increased. And in this you can say per capita employee it has increased overall, because the number of employees didn't mostly change. The revenue overall has increased, and the company is also improving itself to make itself more profitable, and they are introducing some changes, and there was a noticeable change in its environment. The thing that I can say that company should improve to to change, it should make some policy changes. It should produce the parts and the things that it's need for its manufacturing in Pakistan, except they shouldn't bring it from Japan or other parts of the world that they use. They should produce these parts that are used, or raw materials from Pakistan and something like that. And they should also take in effect that the world is overall changing, and they should not be sticking to their tradition that much. They should also move according to the trends, and keep in mind the minimum wages and stuff like that, because their main customers are the ones that are middle class families, and the people who can, if their range of items or range of product is overall in the reach of middle class families, they can increase their sales, and they should also introduce products which have more mileage, or that are usable, or that are least expensive to the daily need of a customer. Khudafis. This is Murza Ahmed, MSCA 1111077.